joining us here this morning. Our top focus, clearly, it all boils down to this day in America. Final hours of voting is underway, and first polls have already closed in states of Georgia, Indiana, Kentucky, Virginia, South Carolina, and Vermont. Now, the final polls will close at around 11:30 a.m. Indian Standard Time. Early leads have started to come in, with Republican candidate Donald Trump having a narrow lead against Democrat counterpart Kamala Harris. However, these are only early vote counts. These, of course, in no way indicate who will win the White House, that is. But the most important issues, according to latest exit polls, are economy, state of democracy, followed by abortion and immigration. Let's also tell you, Donald Trump, like always, looks confident of victory. In a TikTok video, he exhorted the people to vote as he averred a big victory for Republicans. Listen to what he said.
Republicans, we're doing really well. Stay online, don't get offline, and vote. Make sure you get through and vote. We're going to have a big victory tonight.
However, he also cast his doubt in voting. On a post on his Truth Social site, Trump claimed massive cheating in Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, and Detroit in Michigan. Remember, both of these are swing states. But he was shortly shut by a Philadelphia city commissioner, Seth Bluestein, who replied to Trump saying that he is spreading disinformation. Now, let's tell you on the other hand, Kamala Harris has a special message for the first-time voters as she listened to some of the messages from Generation Z. Listen in.
This is my first presidential election.
First-time Gen Z voter in the state of Georgia.
First-time voter from California.
I'm so excited to vote for you.
I love your plan for an opportunity economy.
Accessibility to healthcare for women.
There's so much at stake here.
For myself, I see a leader in her. Excited to be able to vote for someone who believes in equality and rights for all.
Vote Harris votes.
I love Gen Z. Okay, thank you all for voting. You know your power through your voice, through your vote. And for anyone who hasn't voted yet, I'm telling you, you're gonna enjoy the process. It'll make you feel really good about just reminding you, this is your country, this is your future, and you have a right to weigh in on where we're headed. So get out and vote. I'll see you later.
All right, we heard what both of them had to say in terms of what they are making of the given situation. Indication, of course, at the moment, suggesting what has happened so far. But let's also tell you, 7:30 p.m. ET, polls are closing in the key battleground state of North Carolina as well as Ohio and West Virginia. We're looking at a lot of developments, but more importantly, as far as these elections are concerned, remember, there have been many twists and turns with the fact that what we've seen in the run-up to the elections, whether it was in terms of change of candidates, where we saw Biden drop out of the race, and of course Kamala Harris taking over, or with the fact that many assassination attempts, in fact, on Donald Trump. Having said that, there are key challenges for whoever is elected as the President of the United States. We're given to understand many of those would also indicate how they're going to be looking at the situation of economy as well. But this is a close fight. In fact, a lot of them stating that it's very difficult to be predicting at the moment who's going to be winning this ultimate race, because they're calling it a very, very close race between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. They're in a deadlock race, in fact, while we're speaking. We're given to understand that at the moment, sources suggesting that voting went smoothly in most places, but there were long lines in several states. And in fact, some reports also suggesting there were software glitches when citizens came out to vote in many places like Pennsylvania as well. But as far as this is concerned, this is going to be very interesting to see who really wins the U.S. elections. We, of course, are going to keep you ahead with that today in terms of all our special programming with that. But as we speak about this, we are given to understand with latest reports suggesting that Trump is, in fact, leading in 2 red states as counting begins for election day. But we also heard, of course, what Donald Trump and Kamala Harris had to say in terms of that last outreach to citizens as well. But this is, of course, the D-Day. It has reached the final stretch, and it's a tight neck-to-neck race in the White House, which is, of course, being called the closest race in the history, with definitely high stakes. Now, polling has begun, remember, for all the states across the US. Now, any election, of course, we will be, looking into what are the key issues as far as what citizens are looking at. Maybe that is a key indicator of what the vote, the mandate would decide on. Let's first talk about the timing of this. Clearly, this is also coming at a point of time where you're looking at, geopolitically speaking and globally, wars. So, which is why the way that they would handle it. So, let's talk about how Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump, as far as that is concerned, on key issues with the Russia-Ukraine war. Kamala supports Ukraine. Trump is against the war and had said, in fact, a couple of days ago, that can't stop wars with a call. If you're looking at what's happening in the Middle East, how are they viewing this? While Kamala Harris has criticized Israel, what Trump says, war wouldn't have happened under me. In fact, this was a statement that was one of the talking points while he was addressing the media as well and speaking in terms of how the situation is well. But of another subject, that is of abortion, where Kamala supports issue is about freedom in terms of abortion, but Trump rejects it. Remember, this is another key pointer, and Trump says we'll let states decide. As far as immigration is concerned, remember, this is another key aspect of it. Kamala maintains U.S. is a nation of immigrants, but Trump has pledged to stop illegal immigration. This is something that we also saw previously when he was the president. And as far as gun control is concerned, Kamala has said campaign for tougher gun laws, whereas Trump has said gun rights movement hardened under Trump 0.10. That is, of course, in his first tenure.